Hello, and welcome to One Broadway Collaborative. My name is Aaron Tornberg, and I am here today with Lord Nueve. I'm in the presence of royalty today. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So Lord Nueve is, I met him in the building here at One Broadway. He's over with Brandon. What's the name of the?
Mass Wave Records.
Mass Wave Records, right?
Yeah.
So he's here from Mass Wave Records, and we're going to talk music and what his history is and all that stuff. So, and we also want to just mention One Broadway and the fact that if you want to come check out what's going on here, go to our website, onebroadway.org. That's onebroadway.org. All right. So is Lord Nueve your given name?
No, it's not. My birth name is Angeris. Lord Nueve is just a stage name.
Yeah. So say what's the name?
Angeris.
How do you spell that?
It's Anyheus.
Wow. Where's that from?
It's Spanish, Dominican.
Dominican.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
Dominican.
So you were you born in Dominican Republic?
I was actually,
Yeah.
born and raised like half my life over there.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
your Spanish must be really good.
Yeah, I wish it was better.
I got to learn Spanish now that I'm moving up here. I feel like I'd be better ordering chicken in Spanish, and stuff like that.
Oh, the restaurant.
Yeah, because I go in there and I feel like I'm not sure if they get what I'm ordering, and sometimes I
Nah, yeah, but you're not the only one. They're used to it by now.
yeah, I know, but actually I just went to Tacos Lupita, and that place.
Oh, that's the spot.
That's awesome.
If you're from the hood, you know Tacos Lupita on Broadway.
Yeah, really good stuff. And I've been hanging out here since June, and I'm here all day long, so I check out the places around, and Pollo Típico I've been to.
Yes, sir.
All that good stuff.
Oh no, man, you know the good eats.
Yeah, this place down here just opened this summer, Martiera. Have you been there?
Oh yeah. No, I haven't been myself, but I heard of it.
Yeah, that guy's nice. I hung out over there a bit this summer, and food's really good.
Well,
all right,
cool.
so enough about food. We're here to talk music. So, what's your background? You grew up in Dominican Republic, and then you came here?
No. I lived in Dominican Republic till I was 9.
Mm-hmm.
I was born there. Then I moved to Puerto Rico, and I lived there for about 3 years. And then I moved over to Lawrence and been here ever since.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you moved to Lawrence, you moved with your parents when you were still young, right?
Yeah, with my mother. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And did you start doing music way back then?
The music thing has been around for as long as I can remember. I haven't really been in a studio setting till Brandon decided to make it a real thing. But as far as me creating music and writing music and singing and doing all that extra stuff, it's always been a part of me.
Yeah, what do you play?
I can't read notes, but I can play the piano a little bit. I could pick up a guitar, just do little things. I just can't read notes, but yeah, well, I'm musically inclined, period.
I mean, I can read notes, but I can't play from reading notes. I play by just, learning the way. I mean, I learned from chords and stuff. That's
okay.
That's how I did it. That's actually a pretty good way to learn. I'm trying, and now I wish I had learned notes because I'm trying to get better at it.
Yeah, I wish I would have paid attention. They taught it in school. I was young. They did it at the South Lawrence East. I just never paid attention. I should have.
Yeah. Well, my wife helps me because she's a musician too, so she plays clarinet, and she actually went to school for music. So it's like,
oh, okay, you got advantages.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I tell, and I like her to play with me, but she doesn't like to all the time. But
yeah.
she's doing other stuff now. But she's
Okay.
really good. So did you have other people in your family who were musical?
Yeah, actually, my mother's brother, my uncle wrote music for a few people in the Spanish industry. But yeah, that was about it. And I didn't really he sold 1 or 2 songs, but that was, That was it.
Oh, he did sell some? That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So, did he ever try to like help you with your music or anything like that?
Oh, nah, cause this is the thing. I've always done music, but I'm like a introvert or like a social recluse, whatever you want to call it. Like I'm really to myself. So a lot of people didn't even know I made music till like recently. Unfortunately I ended up in prison, and then while I was there, I kind of like, everybody around me noticed that I have something, I guess, and they kept telling me to like take it serious. So I told myself when I came home, I was gonna see where it took me, and this is what I've been doing for now, just seeing where it goes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's too bad. You want to talk about prison or no?
Yeah, it's not really a fun topic. It's prison. It's the same everywhere. You know what I mean? It's not a good place to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now you're not, so that's great.
Thank God.
But you were already making music when you went?
No. I came home and I linked up with some people up deeper down in Broadway. They have another studio. I don't remember the name of it. But I did a mixtape. Took like 2 or 3 days, but I got a mixtape out when I first came home, and it got really good feedback. It's called My Life Made Art. If you want to go check that out, it's on all DSPs, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, etc. I did that. It got really good feedback, and everybody was just excited and telling me I should do more. You know what I mean? But I got sidetracked with like life, which happens, and I wasn't ready for. And it took me a long time to give a follow-up project. And I just dropped something about 4 months ago, The Butterfly Effect, which you should go check out too. It's pretty fire.
That's great. Yeah. Why'd you call it The Butterfly Effect?
Because I don't know if you're familiar with the movie. It just like, to me, is like every action in life has like so many like adverse effects, if you know what I mean. Like you're not even privy to it, like you don't notice, but like you can do one thing and it has a million consequences that follow up behind it, you know what I mean. And just kind of like me trying the music thing and looking for, I'm trying to see what the consequences of what I'm doing now are going to be. That's basically what the project is about.
Yeah, that's a great thing when you think about that. I mean, because when you start doing positive things, it's like the consequences tend to be more positive. And you start to see a snowball, where positive things build up. So that's great.
I'm still praying on snowflakes, but I'm gonna take your word for it. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm here, so I guess good things are coming from it.
Right. And so, where'd you get the name Lord Nueve?
The Lord thing is this sounds so bad. My mom always said I had like a complex, right? You know what I mean? And the 9 is just a really constant number in my life, and like it's the highest number in value, and I feel like that's what I bring to the table. Like if you got a blank check, you wouldn't fill it with 1s or 7s, you know what I mean? 9 is the highest value, it's as high as it gets.
Yeah. So
that's pretty much it. Yeah. Lord Nueve.
That's nice.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
So when you started doing music, who were your influences? Like, what did you start doing first?
Early on, like before I could even speak English, it was like a lot of like Michael Jackson and like just really weird, like I don't know how to explain it. Just a lot of English music that I had no business listening to, but okay. That was like the vibes for me. But after I moved over here and I started like, experimenting with sounds and listening to different genres of music, like I would say a lot of rock and a lot of like hip hop, Jay-Z, Kanye West, Blink-182, like Linkin Park. Just I was all over the place.
Right.
Music wise, yeah. If it sounds good, I like it.
So, when you started making it, what were your tools? I mean, you played a little piano, you played guitar. Did you start using like beats, or did you start with instruments? How did you get going?
I've always had like really extensive vocab, so like I don't want to say like it just came natural to like write music for me. Mm-hmm. I've always did like poems and things like that, so like I just added the beat and it was, it was it from there. Yeah. So
you wrote poems in school and stuff, or?
Oh yeah, like 2nd, 3rd grade, 4th grade, I was in like applesauce and all these other things for like writing poetry, Yeah.
Was it something you thought about doing with music, or you just?
Yeah. So I've always known I loved music, and I was gonna pursue it at some point. It's just like I said, life got in the way. I ended up in prison and some more stuff, you know what I mean? So I never really had the time to slow down and really just sit down and make music.
Yeah,
and now I do. So, now we're here.
That's great. Well, let's hear something. What are we going to hear first?
I brought a few songs today, but we could listen to Still Reaper, which is kind of like that's one of the songs in there, which I don't know, like it's kind of like it gives a little bit into my life. Like you get to, if you smart enough, you can take what you and figure out like what we're doing on the day to day.
Okay. Well, let's hear it. I'm going to put this on, Still Reaper by Lord Nueve.
I still play the block with my shooter, still on parole and I still ride around with the ruler. We made it out, hallelujah. I'm still intending up Reynolds and still got my own host, but I'm running around with my new one. Watch me maneuver. This got the trunk in the front like an elephant. I'm still a cheater. This shit belong to my cougar. Dropping the pack on my younger, and he still gon' serve out a scooter. Still got a bitch with a chest out of hat. You was thinking like she bout to clock in at Hooters. That's like a piece, but this Lawrence though. I could upgrade me a new one. Watch me finesse it though. Just got the pack in from Mexico. Gas on me, I feel like Texaco. 9 on me, I feel I'm next to blow. I've been running around the city, running up. Checking this like I ain't done enough. The gas the only thing we rolling up. If he act up, we gon' fold him up. I just got connected with the plug. Soon enough, he bout to join the club. Still a wipe his nose if he a dub. Still got a potato for the snub. Homie still gon' ask me for a favor. He won't be there when I need him later. Fuck it, I've been grinding like a skater. Serving niggas fool like I'm a waiter. And he straight my table full of bitches. I don't wife him, I've been moving vicious. She gon' clean me up, I ain't gon' eat it. Both these bitches swallowing my children. Ticket on the highway with the package. I just chill and tail it through the traffic. There's some gas, you smell it through the plastic. Cash for war, your team can share a casket. I've been ballin', I don't need the basket. Not the same, I'm in another bracket. Niggas tried to kill me, couldn't end me. That just showed me money, outweigh envy. Put some 4G autos on the benzo. He get money with me, he my careful. He get money with me, he my people. I'm the only one, it ain't no sequel. I'm the only one, it ain't no second. He get money with me, Dang. I still play the block with my shooter. Still on parole and I still ride around with the ruler. We made it out, hallelujah. I'm still intending up Reynolds and still got my own host, but I'm running around with my new one. Watch me maneuver. This got the trunk in the front like an elephant. I'm still a cheater. This shit belong to my cougar. Dropping the pack on my younger, and he still gon' serve out a scooter. Still got a bitch with a chest out of hat. You was thinking like she bout to clock in at Hooters. That's like a piece, but this Lawrence though. I could upgrade me a new one. Watch me finesse it though. Just got the pack in from Mexico. Gas on me, I feel like Texaco. 9 on me, I'm still fuck.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, a few lines in there I wanted to ask about. What's the packet for Mexico?
Just got the pack in from Mexico. Yeah, that's just slang, man. For when you can pretty much know that's the old life though. We We just talking about stuff we lived through, not really
Right.
what we doing at right now.
Right, because I heard that in the song. But,
Yeah. We no longer do none of those things.
Yeah, so you're just kind of reminiscing to
Yeah.
the past. So why the name Still Reaper?
Because when I wrote the song, that's kind of what I was on. I wrote that song, I think, maybe like a year before I landed myself in prison. I wrote that song.
Okay, I don't know what Reaper is.
Reaper is just the alter ego. The Reaper is someone who's outside doing stuff that like they shouldn't be doing.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So is that also some slang?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Between us. Mass Wave. Shout out Mass Wave.
All right. So when you write stuff, do you usually just write it down, the lyrics first?
Nah, there was like 3 songs that I actually wrote out in that album. But most, like now, I just be going in there and freestyling.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really... I figured out that, like, if you have the right vibe in the studio, then you can make stuff golden just as you would with if you had a pen and paper. All you need is the right atmosphere.
How do you do that? That's something that's different for me. See, for me, I write stuff down when I write a song. I write it down on paper. Usually I have to write it line by line.
Yeah.
But, freestyling, it seems like this free association that's really not something that's intuitive to me. How did you get so that you could do that?
A lot of practice.
Yeah.
You have to be, again, I just started doing that now is because I be in the studio. Like, I'm literally in the studio 24/7. Like, I'm always there.
Yeah.
Repetition is the father of learning. So,
Mm-hmm.
basically, it's just a lot of trial and error. Eventually, it sticks and you just run with it. And then you can just pump out songs.
Yeah, it's like my mouth doesn't want to move that fast.
Yeah.
It's
not really
tough.
the mouth, man. You got to train the brain. That's what it is.
Right.
Train the brain.
Well, maybe I should try that at some point. I'll have to come into your studio. Maybe you can guide me a bit.
Yeah. No, get in there anytime. We always open.
Yeah, that's great. So, did you always want to do this kind of music, or were you trying to do other stuff before?
Well, no, that album in specific is kind of like a mix of a few flavors. I do mostly like R&B,
Mm-hmm.
R&B type music, but everybody always asks me for like more rap stuff. So that's kind of like I met them in the middle.
Yeah,
That's what I tried to do with the project.
so the R&B is really the background part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, how's it in the genres? What's different about like straight rap? Is it a different feel to the music? Like not as
You have a lot more leeway to like the topics that are cool, quote unquote. You know what I mean? Like you could really rap. You can make anything cool. Like you could talk about anything and make it you know what I mean? And as long as it's you and it's fire, we gonna rock with it. Whereas like R&B, I feel like to me is more intimate. You know what I mean? Like everything you say and the matter in which you say it has to come correct, or it won't be cohesive. You know what I mean? And you have like this, it's more limited. People listen to R&B, they usually want to hear you talk about, relationships or the opposite sex or, XYZ.
right.
Yeah, that's what I see is differences in the two genres.
Yeah, and it sounds like you were influenced a lot by that kind of R&B genre at the beginning, like if you listen to Michael Jackson and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
more
most definitely.
Motown R&B.
Well, yeah, that and the fact that most Spanish music is really like I don't want to say because I don't want nobody to come and kill me, like, but it's kind of like it's like upbeat R&B. They're talking about love, and you know what I'm saying, like just the same. I don't know if you listen to like bachata or merengue, which are like native to like my country and where I'm from and stuff. All Hispanic people, period. Yeah, it's mostly about like love, relationships, and things like that. So it's kind of like you really have to pay attention to the words, and it's more intimate. And I kind of grew up on that, so it comes easy.
Yeah, the bachata, actually, I heard of on the podcast from Brandon Falls. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I've heard of Brandon Falls, yeah. Shout out to him.
He was great, and you should listen to that one. That's a podcast I had a few times ago, like a month ago.
Yeah, we were catching up on him, actually, early on. After we seen you, we started looking him up.
Yeah, there's a lot on there, but... yeah, I really enjoyed learning about bachata, and he was talking about it and how it's really like the Spanish blues.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's something like that. I could say that. Yeah.
Do you listen to blues at all, or?
It's certain artists which like call my attention. Otis, just like I can't say I just sit down and listen to blues, but sometimes like I hear them in collabs and then I go look them up and I'll be like, man, this is fire, or I could take this from that. Like, that's music to me, Yeah, I don't really discriminate in genres. It's more Adele on my phone than there is anything else. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm really diverse when it comes to music. I like to listen to everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, your influence on R&B is certainly clear on the track we heard. What's you want to hear one more?
Yeah, we could do OVO. OVO is the single out of the project.
So this is a single called OVO?
Yeah.
By Lord Nueve. All right, well, let's hear this one. We can see what we think of this. Lord Nueve, OVO.
Shorty. Man, Weezy, that's the way. I done some things I ain't proud of. I'm proud of my niggas. We here cause the crime paid. Try to lock us in this, but we made it back and I shot up the crime rate. I put some drinks in Lil Shorty house, 40s in Shorty house too, the shit OVO. 12 different hoes in the property, my bitches know I got horse like a rodeo. Just pulled out a brand new Mercedes, it's under Mercedes, and that's how I'm moving now. Just met a white girl named Belly, you know where I'm going with this shit is spooky now. Make a deposit, put a brand new pistol in the closet, and I split up the profit. Cause if I got it, then my niggas got it. The jewels on the wrist is a quarter. Necklaces look like water. When I pull up at the venue, I ain't even gotta ask her. I'm leaving with somebody's daughter. Yeah. And I still hold the stick out the coupe. Then it on hoes when I jumped out the stoop. Still 10 toes, we do pop-ups and shoots. Back a nigga down, we gon' make them recoup. Yeah, still hold the stick out the coupe. Then it on hoes when I jumped out the stoop. Still 10 toes, we do pop-ups and shoots. Back a nigga down, we gon' make them recoup. Yeah. And I made money from the scale. I made money from the jail. It's a lot of things you never know, but some enemies can never tell. I made some money on the way while you was wishing on the well. I knew damn well how to get it. Wanna spend the extra on Chanel. It's a quarter ticket in the mail. It's a mall in my hotel. And the shanty's on the way in. Shit, you know the only way in. What Cartel the only way up? Why you tell me all the way down? And she take my YSL off, telling me how hard you fell off. While I took off like a rocket, I became the plug in the socket. I hear boy been saying he tryna end me. Someone tell these pussy niggas stop it. I done some things I ain't proud of. I'm proud of my niggas, we here cause the crime paid. They try to lock us in this, but we made it back and I shot up the crime rate. I put some drinks in Lil Shorty house, 40s in Shorty house too, the shit OVO. 12 different hoes in the property, my bitches know I got horse like a rodeo. Just pulled out a brand new Mercedes, it's under Mercedes, and that's how I'm moving now. Just met a white girl named Belly, you know where I'm going with this shit is spooky now. Bringing the Benjamins in, Benzes is back to back. I don't just rap the rap. Oh Lord, I just got new Chanel, everything black on black. Mixing it with the Dior, and she said she wanted her taste. I got no look for these hoes, I just love the thrill of the chase. My closet is Gucci galore, I made me and ran up a check. And I came up straight out the hood, so I'm in this bitch with my tech. Watch what you say to these hoes, I need me a brand new Patek. Cause I'll end up catching the drop while my little bitch was giving you sex. You know where I'm taking it next. Ball like I'm printing the checks. And I ain't even spent $1 on her and her friends. And they still won't give me they neck. Can't blame them, they see that I'm next. And I still hold the stick out the coupe. Then it on hoes when I jumped out the stoop. Still 10 toes, we do pop-ups and shoots. Back a nigga down, we gon' make them recoup. Yeah. Still hold the stick out the coupe. Then it on hoes when I jumped out the stoop. Still 10 toes, we do pop-ups and shoots. Back a nigga down, we gon' make them recoup. I done some things I ain't proud of. I'm proud of my niggas, we here cause the crime paid. They try to lock us in this, but we made it back and I shot up the crime rate. I put some drinks in Lil Shorty house, 40s in Shorty house too, the shit OVO. 12 different hoes in the property, my bitches know I got horse like a rodeo. Just pulled out a brand new Mercedes, it's under Mercedes. Mercedes, and that's how I'm moving now. Just met a white girl named Belly, you know where I'm going with this shit is spooky now. Make a deposit, put a brand new pistol in the closet, and I split up the profit. Cause if I got it, then my niggas got it. And I still hold the stick out the coupe. Then they don't hose when I jumped out the stoop. Still 10 toes with the pop-ups and troops. Back a nigga down, we gon' make them recoup. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So, it's in the song. It sounds you kind of are structuring it with a chorus and a verse.
Yeah.
The chorus sounded like it was a lot about modes of transportation and getting out. It was interesting. What did you do that for? Like, why that particular choice?
No, it was just kind of like a play on words where I say, like, I got this girl named Mercedes with a Mercedes, and that's how I move around. And I just met a girl named Bentley, you know what I mean? So you know what's coming next. Like, she about to get a Bentley in my name. That's what I'm insinuating, or tried to at least. But the hook was more like talking about how, like, I'm happy to be here. I done things I am proud of, and I'm proud of my peoples. But we only here because the crime pays.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not that I'm trying to glorify anything. I'm just speaking like our life. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, that's important.
Yeah.
Do you always write about your life in songs?
Well, yeah, because I feel like if I don't tell my story, who's gonna? Mm-hmm. You feel me? That, and I look at music as a way to, like, some people keep like a diary, and I know this sounds like weird or whatever, but like I can't get whatever I say on those songs. I really, it's thoughts that have been in my head at some point, and I can't purge them out unless I like they'll just be in my head floating around until I put them on a song. Mm-hmm. And then I just, you know, I get tired of listening to the song and I move on to the next thing. But that's how I like purge, you know, everything from my head.
Right.
So, and it's a way to for me to, like, because I feel like songs help you remember, like, times in your life. So, like, when I listen to one of my old songs, I can remember, like, who was in that session with me and how I was feeling or why I said certain things, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what it is for me.
And when you do a recording session, you usually go into it and with friends, and it's kind of, it sounds like you were concerned about the vibe. Do you go in with a song written, or you just go in and you start freestyling and you put it together live like that?
No, well, I always try to, like, I feel like when I write, it has to be something that's really, like, important to me. Mm-hmm. Like, the song has to be, like, really dear to me. It means something to me. Otherwise, I just go in there and vibe. Normally, there's, like, you know, I bring some liquor. You know, we just do what we feel like is necessary for us to feel right, and then usually it works out. If you have the right people around you, and, you know, you're not stressing, or it just clicks, comes out.
So it sounds like it's a good time.
Yeah. I definitely have fun when I record.
Yeah, and you guys, it seems like you play poker over there a lot.
Oh, like yeah, man. We're the poker kings. And listen, man, if y'all interested in the games, feel free to pop Mass Wave.
Are you good?
I'm all right.
Yeah, you guys go to Vegas and stuff like that, or Atlantic City, or anything like that?
Nah, but we will be there soon, actually. Sooner than later. We were just talking about that not that long ago. So it's in the works.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, but we be out of this. Spots out here. Not all of them have poker. Like Encore don't have poker anymore. That's in Boston. But Chasers.
Really, they don't?
Yeah, no. It was I think they outlawed it in Mass for a little bit. Oh. And casinos just decided to, like, keep it off their list altogether. Right. But in New Hampshire, like Chasers, and there's a bunch of other, like, spots where you could go play poker if that's your thing. Yeah,
I just ate lunch at Mary Ann's right next door.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's right next door to Mary Ann's.
Yeah.
Shout out Mary Ann's. That's a spot too when you leave after, like, the club and You know, there's nowhere else to go. Like Marianne's the spot.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Do you have any kids or?
I do. I have a 9-year-old named Jadis.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a boy. It's my everything.
He lives with you?
No, he lives with his mother, but I see him every day.
Oh, great. Do you take him to school and stuff like that?
And I pick him up sometimes.
Pick him up.
But the bus takes him to school.
Yeah, mine too. I have an 11-year-old. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stage is crazy.
Yeah.
They have their own personality now, and it's just different. I don't know, man. I see them, and I'm like, damn, how'd you get so big?
Right, and suddenly they, like, their personality isn't that they are needing you to do everything anymore.
Exactly.
It's just
yeah,
like,
that's the scariest part.
Right.
That they could just do for themselves at that point. You feel me? They barely need you.
And you don't know what they're going to be like because you hope you did a good job, but now they're doing it on their own.
Yeah,
so,
that's a fact.
And it sort of happens all of a sudden, you know.
In the blink of an eye. I'm telling you, I look at him sometimes and I'm like, wow, like time flies.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Does he do music with you ever?
He loves music. He's actually like, he's been like asking me to come to the studio. It's just that like his sleep time and the time I get here, they don't, you know, they can't. Right now, they can't really coexist. So we haven't got to doing that yet. But he'll be here. He'll be in here soon. Yeah,
that's great. And are you hoping he becomes a musician or pursues music at all?
Well, I would love it. But I don't. He's really smart. He's like book smart, really smart.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know. The world is his oyster. Whatever he decides to do, I'm here for it.
Yeah. What is his favorite thing right now?
I don't know. I'm telling you, he's all over the place. One day he tells me he wants to do music. Another day he wants to be like an engineer. Like, it just depends. Another day he'll wake up and want to be Spider-Man. You know, he's a kid.
Does he do Skylanders and stuff like that? And different, like, does he go with a fad every few weeks or something like that?
Oh yeah, nah. He's really into well, he was till like a week ago. He was into Fortnite. Then I asked him like a week ago, and he's like, "No one plays that anymore, Dad." You know,
that's not true. My son said that at one point, and now he plays it again. So
yeah,
you know, they go in cycles. They go back to it.
Yeah.
So. And he talks to his friends online while he's playing.
Oh yeah, all day. It seems like he's on that all the time.
Yeah, it's weird because when I was growing up, you know, you go hang out with your friends, but you don't talk to them on headphones. But with COVID and everything, they got used to that.
Even before that, man, kids are rarely outside. It's not the same. When we was growing up, if we wanted to have fun, you needed to be outside. Now everything is virtual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not everything.
I guess you're right.
I got a dog, and I have to take her outside, otherwise, because she doesn't want to be on the computer.
Yeah.
So
I wish.
She forces me out the door, and then I make my son come with me. So
that's cool.
That's one way to do it. So when you were growing up, were you outside a lot? Did you have a lot of those same interests, like just hanging out with your friends, playing sports, anything like that?
Well, yeah. Well, that was tricky because, like, when I first got here, my mom was a single parent, and she was like really, really protective of me and my younger brother. So I really wasn't outside like that. It was until like my freshman year, I started being outside. Like, then I was like never home.
Right.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah, but you did you ever like play sports when you were younger or anything?
Yeah,
like
most
that?
definitely. I played basketball, baseball.
Yeah.
I even played soccer for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tragic. Soccer's not my thing.
Basketball, you good?
Basketball's fire. I watch basketball still.
Yeah, I'm not a jock. I don't do that, but I do. I played a few things, but never well.
Yeah,
you know.
I feel that.
It's 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 just something you either want to do or you don't. And, you know, I went with music and so did you.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah. So, when you were younger, did you, you had siblings, like brothers, sisters?
Yeah. I lived in the house with my mother and her 2 sisters and all their kids. That's how we grew up. So it was like, you know, me and my younger brother plus like my 7 cousins running around. Yeah, it was extra all the time.
Yeah. Was that fun?
Yeah, growing up, I mean, it's a bunch of kids. You have your own party basically. Like, you don't need to go nowhere.
Right.
We always had something to do. Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like a nice environment.
Yeah, they're still around right now. We're really close knit. Like, my family's really tight knit.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Do you guys still do parties and stuff together? And
of course.
Yeah.
Yep. I see them almost every day.
That's great. You live with them still, or you're living somewhere else?
No, I live by myself now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we're right there. Nobody's that far from. We're all in Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you, how long were you here from? Since you said
I was like 12 when I got
12.
here. Yeah, 12, almost 13.
And you didn't know English when you got here?
No, I did not.
How long did that take?
Not as long as you would think. One, I'm kind of like, I was like a nerd.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I would always watch TV. All TV was in English.
All right.
So it was easy for me to learn. Like, I picked it up fast. It wasn't, you know.
So maybe I should start watching TV in Spanish and maybe I can pick it up.
Just
because now they have the Telemundo.
Yeah, I knew where you was going with it. Everybody mentions Telemundo when they talk Spanish TV.
Well, I don't know any other channels.
No, yeah, I feel you. I understand.
I know online there's all kinds of stuff you can find though.
Yeah.
So if you're going to teach me some Spanish today, what would you tell me I need to know?
I don't know, man. The things people learn in Spanish aren't usually what they should be learning. I'd rather teach somebody how to say thank you and you're welcome than what they gonna teach you. You feel me? If you ask someone.
Gracias and de nada, right?
Yeah, you already hip.
There we go. So I'm good. I don't need to learn
You
anything
good,
else.
man.
Yeah. And I learned what is it? Soy Aaron.
Yeah,
I
I'm
that.
Aaron.
Yeah, and there's like a difference though. Yo soy Aaron, right?
I am Aaron,
right.
Or I'm Aaron.
Right.
It's basically like
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the problem with those courses is you learn them and they're like giving you so much detail, and it's really pretty simple.
Super. Yeah, they overcomplicate things. I've noticed that too. I don't know.
Yeah. But your English is really good. You obviously picked it up quickly and really made it part of you.
Yeah, thank you. No, I would say English is like my first language. I don't know. Like when I speak Spanish now, I feel like it's never really Spanish. It's Spanglish now. So like I can't really hold a full conversation in Spanish. I'd understand everything you tell me, but it's not the same. Do
you go to Dominican Republic or Puerto Rico anymore?
Well, I haven't been able to because currently I'm still on parole till December 3rd.
Oh, good. And then you might be able to do some traveling.
No, yeah, most definitely. December 27th, I'm back in Dominican Republic.
Oh, nice.
Yes, sir.
You have people there?
Yeah, I have some family that's still over there from my father's side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's it like over there? Do you remember?
First of all, it's like a third world country, so you can imagine. But then it's also like a tourist place, so it has like, you know what I mean? It's weird, but it's beautiful and it's wild at the same time. That's how I could describe it.
Yeah. Did you know the history when you were there? Did you learn about the history of it or anything? Like, what's the culture like there?
It's pretty much like what you see when you walk outside Lawrence, because most of us is here.
Right.
Yeah, it's just They're laughing over there on the set. But yeah, nah, it's a bunch of Dominicans here, so you can only imagine. It's not much difference.
All right. Well, it's good food, I can tell you that. Like I said,
most definitely.
But,
most definitely.
So, what are you going to do when you go down there?
Enjoy the fact that I haven't been there in years. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually going because what I was supposed to be doing over there was shooting some videos and getting content because I barely have any.
That's great.
But we're gonna throw that in there too. I'm gonna just have fun first. Have fun while I do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you're going to use the videos for songs you have in mind?
Yeah, because I put out the album and I still have no visuals for it, so that's what I'm working on right now. Yeah.
So, what are the visuals you're going for when you get there? It's like beaches and like that area, or is there other stuff?
More like the city where I was born and raised. You know what I mean? It's not a lot of beaches in that area, but there's.
What's the city?
San Pedro de Macorís. Yeah.
And it's a small city or big city?
It's not really small, but it's definitely active. It's an active city. Okay. Yeah.
And what do you have in mind for the video? Like shooting the people more?
No, we don't want to shoot nobody, but a lot of B-roll, just things we could use in more than one video. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Shooting with locals and just a lot of. I told because I'm flying down with a videographer. Shout out to One Mike, and Inner Fortune Productions. He's flying down with me, and I told him to just have the camera rolling the whole time. So basically, that's what we're gonna do.
Cool. So, what has your success been when you've done music? I mean, you have a lot of songs I saw out there, but have you had some good successes with shows and different stuff recently, or?
No, like I said, I'm fairly new. I've always done music, but as far as putting out music for the public, it's fairly new. That's like a new thing. So the first project was 2 years ago, and then there's the one now. As far as shows, I haven't really done many. But I feel like it'll come with time. Mm-hmm. As long as I keep doing what I'm doing now, it should, they should become more readily available, and you'll see my face a little more.
So what's the performance like when you do a performance?
It's pretty. I don't know how to explain it. Other than the fact that it's more of a vibe, because people get to see you while you perform. You know what I mean? So if you can click with the audience, then that's a vibe. Yeah, it's a different vibe than just listening to it on your phone or your car radio or something.
Right.
Yeah. And
do you use like a wireless mic and do a lot of dancing or moving around during it? Or?
Yeah, I don't really dance, but you have to move around. You have to engage the crowd, work the stage a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I noticed a lot about hip hop and different artists I've seen is that it's a lot of bringing the audience in physically.
Yeah,
like you use your body a lot.
Most definitely.
That's something that I haven't personally done that much with my own work, like when I do songwriting and song leading and that kind of thing. That's something I think I want to learn.
No, yeah, something I got to work on too. Because it's easy for me to make music, but everything else that comes along with it is still a work in progress.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you like have to choreograph what you're gonna do at a certain song, like, or is it just kind of natural?
No, yeah, you just play it by ear.
Yeah.
Well,
that's cool. Yeah. And when you have had successes, Have you gotten any radio play, anything like that?
That's actually what we're focusing on now, like getting radio placement, because we have a bunch of singles that we feel are strong enough to make it on the airwaves. So now we're just trying to figure out how to go about getting them there. You know what I mean?
Right, marketing.
Yeah.
That's everybody's problem is marketing.
Yes, sir.
It's all about that. So we have another one here, Water. Is that?
Yeah, that was the first song I recorded off the album.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, you want to play that one?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's try that one.
Grade 550, smoking, I let me a spliffy. All of my niggas is flipping, we pack it and ship it. Got my little hoe in the kitchen, my man won't go serve you a chicken. Just like a waiter, got me a drum and a laser. Tending the V on a hater, they might not fuck with me now. Shit, but they gon' remember me later. Dipped in the oil, I'm about to spin on your lady. Sand in the cup and it's wavy. I get these in by the 1,000, I triple the price on the pack and I serve a Mercedes. Flexing on my baby mama, I might pull up with Brianna. Necklace is flooded in water. Name a new nigga that's hotter, you can't name a nigga that's hotter. It's me and Lil Meech. That been the bro, we ain't switch. Now I'm hostel, I ain't pitching. I'm still gon' beat up the kitchen. My pockets was broken, I fixed them. My pockets was broken, I fixed. Pop me a pilly. Don't know who little bitch I'm killing, but I'm in the skull if we chillin'. Fuck is you saying? I don't run off on the plug, so if she sell the pussy online, I'ma fuck without paying. Never a target, always finish what I started. Put him up, now he departed. I always finish what I started. I put him up, now he departed. All of this water on me, this designer on me. I might look like I robbed me a bank. I brought Lil Woody with me, got the effing with me, and some shit that could flip me a tank. I'm with the sharks, no baby. I might pull up on your lady. Zen in the cup and it's wavy. I get these in by the 1,000. I triple the price on the pack and I serve on Mercedes. Drowning in Gucci, that's your little bitch, but we Gucci. Might go ahead beat up the coochie. Shorty a groupie. I pass her off to the homie, then laugh at her boyfriend, he goofy. Blood on the money. Try and take a single dollar and we gon' split blood for the money. All for the money and we can make it about whatever. Nobody gon' take nothing from me and I've been numb to it for a while. I caught the case and then I beat the trial. I caught the bands, I'ma give the child. He Egyptian if he in and out in a big body. Tryna hurt niggas if she thick body. I'ma work with her on a good scale like a work magic. Heard your last track and your work tragic. All gold for the new jewelry. Middle finger to the judge and jury. I will never say a thing to him. Shit, I barely ever say a thing truly. Still putting money over everything. And it's me and mine versus all of y'all. I don't really gotta get on beats, bitch. I'm still popping like an Adderall. Still popping like an Adderall. Still popping like an Adderall. All of this water on me, this designer on me. I might look like I robbed me a bank. I brought Lil Woody with me, got the effing with me, and some shit that could flip me a tank. I'm with the sharks, no baby. I might pull up on your lady. Zen in the cup and it's wavy. I get these in by the 1,000. I triple the price on the pack and I serve on Mercedes. Flexing on my baby mama. I might pull up with Brianna. Necklace flooded in water. Name a new nigga that's hotter. You can name a nigga that's hotter. All of this water on me. All of this water on me. All of this water on me.
So that was a good one.
Thank you.
So there was a line in there, Egyptian. He's Egyptian in the Nile.
Oh yeah. Because it's called the Nile River. Mm-hmm. So I said, like, if you don't believe I'm the greatest, he's in denial. Like, must be Egyptian. Yeah.
That's great. And so water is sort of like life coming at you?
No. Water is just that's slang for like jewelry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah, and you mentioned Mercedes again in there.
Mercedes is famous. She's famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, she made like 3 songs.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, shout out to her.
And so that one was the first one you came up with after?
Yeah, that was a freestyle that actually turned into like a real thing. Because I made the song and I didn't think it would make the album. And then I kind of had a few different listening sessions, and everybody was like, bro, I need that song on there. So I, by popular demand.
So that's good. So when you coming up with this stuff, how do you come up with the beat and like get the vibe you're looking for?
That's just a matter of like, I feel like the beats just, they speak to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? At least with me, like I don't just do a song to do a song. I have to like feel it. You know what I mean? Like I go through beats, and eventually, like one of them will stick. That's the one you work on. And then
what do you use? What software?
I used to use a lot of YouTube for beats, but I learned that it's better to use like different means. So now I'm like heavy into like SoundClick. I've been leasing out of there and like buying beats out of SoundClick.com. Shout out to them too.
So how does that work? I mean, when you're buying beats.
Well, you can buy the rights exclusively. There's a lot of different ways you can work it. My advice is just talk to the producer, whoever made the beat, and figure out what's best for you. Because what's good for the geese ain't always good for the gander. So you got to figure out what works for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to full out buy out beats. So I have exclusive rights, and we don't have no issues whatsoever. I think that's the easiest way to go about it.
And it's SoundClick is where you go?
SoundClick.com, yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
That's cool. There's a lot of any genre you can think of, like they have instrumentals for you. And
you buy them and then you put them into software and edit with your voice? My engineer, he uses either Fruity Loops or Pro Tools, and those are like the DAWs that are like most known, as for recording. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we use because they're easy. Like the reason why those are the most widely used is because like they use like the same plugins and stuff. They're like plug and play. You could like, if you use Pro Tools and you have a bunch of plugins and you want to switch over to Fruity Loops, you just switch over and use the same plugins. So that's why people really mess with those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got the beat that you buy, and then you just put it into Fruity Loops, Pro Tools, and play with it.
Yes, sir.
That's nice.
Just freestyle for a little bit. Eventually, something turns to a hook. The rest will be a verse, etc.
Could you freestyle right now?
Oh, man. It's hard to do with no beat, man.
Oh, what if I get a beat?
Oh, boy. Go ahead.
So where would I go? SoundClick?
Yeah, you could go to SoundClick.
This will be fun. We'll do it live. SoundClick.com?
Yeah. Oh, man.
So here we are. What kind of hip-hop, instrumentals, rock? Which do you want?
Yeah, you can look up some hip-hop.
All right, let's check some hip-hop out. So then you just start playing them. Let's see. Well, that doesn't move me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, that's why you got... It usually takes a few clicks before you find, like, the right one.
All right. Well, maybe this will be more difficult than I thought. So.
Yeah.
But,
oh, man.
So when you go and you do this, you try it first, like before you buy it. You try to freestyle, and then something just happens, and you're like, "That's the one."
Well, sometimes that's how it happens, but most of the time, like if the beat is good, we'll figure something out. I'll figure something out for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To me, it's just words. Like you have lived through so many experiences in life that, like, if you can't come up with something for a beat, then, like, yeah, I don't think this is the right game for you. Like, you should be doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the beat is created by different people who just do that for a living?
Yeah, they're called producers.
Yeah.
They make, like, they sit down and make instrumentals all day.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it, but shout out to them. God bless them.
Yeah, you had a little guitar part at the end of one of your songs that sounded like it was really clean. And was that a beat or was that live?
No, that was a beat, but we are working on one where I did, like, the live guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's going to be on the next project. Look out for that.
Yeah, what kind of guitar do you play?
Just acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I tried. It's not like I'm a great player. I know a few strings. You know what I mean? I'm not like an actual like guitar player.
Did you try other instruments to put into beats ever?
Not really. I used to mess around with the piano because my mom had bought me one when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what birthday, but like she just showed up with one and I would play it all the time. And I kind of picked up a little bit. But the guitar thing happened actually in prison. I had a cellmate who, in there, I was in Maine, and like in there, they have a lot of like different programs where you could do different things, and he was in a music program, and they would let him bring a guitar back to the dorm, and
I thought they didn't allow that.
No, yeah, they do. I was in Maine. They're kind of like, they're eccentric. Let's just call them that. Right. But yeah, he had a guitar, and almost every night, like, I don't know, the rest of my bunkies would be like, yo, man, you got some bars for us? And he'll start playing the guitar, and I'll just, that was like our thing.
Really? So yeah, you actually were able to come out of prison with some like experiences that helped you get going. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool. He used to try to teach me how to play and stuff. Shout out to him.
Did you like play in prison as well, or just he showed you a few things?
All of these things, man, like, honestly, like, I've never really played the piano in front of everybody. I did in front of anybody. I did it in front of one of my engineers, Explicit, like a month ago, and he couldn't believe it. It was the same thing when I played the guitar. Like, no one knows I do these things. You know what I mean? I'm real, like I said, I'm like a social recluse. Like, if me and you conversate, it's because I really like you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really private. Yeah,
well, I appreciate you coming on and talking then.
I appreciate you, man. This is a great opportunity.
Yeah, and, now everybody knows.
Yeah.
I'll put it up, and
most definitely.
You'll spread it around that everybody will know. But what does your mom think about it?
Oh, she's real supportive about everything. 'Cause like I feel like with all the little like mistakes along the way and all the the downs and the ups, I feel like she should have had like a different outlook on it, but she's still like super supportive. I love her for that.
Well, that's always important, having a mom who does that, and it sounds like you're trying to do that for your son as well.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So you can do an a cappella song for us?
Yeah, we could do that.
All right.
All right. This verse is from a song called Letter to Bailey. That's like, basically it's me in the streets having a conversation. You'd think it's like a female, but it's really not. I'm just talking to the street I grew up in. All right, it goes. I really got a lot on my mind. Too much on my plate. Good women begging for time while I'm trying to make sure I'm straight. Up late, I'll stretch a dime to two to keep me awake. 'Cause the pills got me nodding off, I feel I'm slipping away. Trying to deal with the fact, police all on my back. Gotta be strapped where I'm at, case niggas overreact. And most niggas ovaries act, or act with they ovaries. I done been through that plenty times and I'm tired of his hold on me. Hold on, let me explain. I got a lot on my brain. Today a bullet just missed it, and that's just part of the game. Part of me searching for fame, the other after tranquility. Don't know which one is sane, 'cause neither come with stability. And I'm getting tired of rolling fire, 'cause to make it's just not realistic without getting higher. And then there's you and every other woman. I struggle with love and temptation every other moment. I struggle with showing affection to the ones I owe it. I carry the world on my shoulders and you never know it. You never know it.
Oh,
yeah.
That's great.
I appreciate you.
It wasn't about Mercedes, I think.
No. That was... yeah.
Yeah, that was great. I like how you use the language. It's cool.
I appreciate you, man.
And do you read a lot? Do you read a lot of poetry or anything?
I read a lot, period.
Yeah.
Well, I read a few thousand books just my last year of imprisonment. Yeah. Like I said, I was like a nerd growing up, so I've always been a big reader. I write a lot too.
What's your favorite kind of reading?
I don't think I have a favorite. I have like phases. Like, you know, I might be into like, I don't know, like some horror books or like.
Oh, I like those.
You know, like, but then like be into some like, I was really big into like, I don't know if you know who Robert Greene is.
I don't know him, no.
You heard of like the 48 Laws of Power?
What's that about?
If you don't know Robert Greene, check him out, man. Check out Robert Greene. Shout out to him. He has a couple good books. What is it? The Law of Attraction. I don't really remember him. I've read so many books.
Is it like a thriller or what kind of?
Nah, they're kind of like. They're books to better yourself, like 48 Laws of Power. They're actually outlawed in prison. I don't remember how I got to reading them in there, but you're not supposed to get them in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they're really good books. I don't know why they outlawed them. Well, I do. It's because they don't want you to use those tactics on like the staff and like, you know what I mean? Like that's really what they don't want, but they're great books.
Right. Yeah. What other stuff do you like?
I'm just like, it's like the music, man. If it's good. The one thing I can't do, I'm weird about, like, if I open a book, I can't not finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to read it all, even if it's trash, which is horrible sometimes. Like, yeah, I've had to read some really trash books, but, you know.
Well, it's like an accomplishment. You finished it.
Oh, yeah, but sometimes they're really long, and it's like, Jesus Christ, like, what I get myself into.
That's great.
But some are like, you know, I did like the Game of Thrones series. I did that in like 2 days, and that's a bunch of books.
Yeah,
I did it in like 2 days. But I was also in solitary confinement, which like that's all you can do. You know what I mean? So
they let you have books in there.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's good, because that would be pretty horrible.
That's what, man, books are everything. If it wasn't for books, I would have probably went crazy in there, being 1,000% with you. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you got a lot out of the books there. That's really important.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't even imagine being in there without something to do, you know.
Yeah. That was my something. A lot of reading. Yeah. Yeah.
So were you really angry when you came out?
Nah, man. I was super happy. I was happy. After like living X amount of years in there, it just becomes monotone and like you become numb to everything. And it's just like when you walk out, like you leave those doors, you're allowed to feel again. And it's just the weirdest thing. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Obviously you haven't been in that predicament, but like, just take it, just take my word for it. I swear to God, it's like the weirdest thing. Like you're allowed to feel again. Like smiling is a thing, you feel me? Like being happy, like you can't wake up in places like that and be happy. You can fake it. You can be complacent, you know what I mean? But not really happy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, no, I wasn't angry. I was super excited.
That's great.
Yeah.
And now you're out and making music. That's awesome.
Yes, sir. God is great.
Yeah. And so, usually I ask people to give advice toward the end of a podcast. So let's say someone, your son or somebody comes up to you and who's younger and asks for advice on life and what to do to make their life better, what would you tell them?
Man, I would say, like, we're meant to make mistakes, and those mistakes make you who you are. Like, if you dwell on it a lot, it could really mess up everything for you. So just, like, you know, take everything with a grain of salt. That's how I live life, you know. Mm-hmm. That's the best advice I could give people. And, you know, if you don't do nothing you don't want to get caught doing, and you feel me, like, don't land in prison, all of that stuff, like all that good stuff. It's better out here, trust me.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Was your son born after prison?
No, he was 3 years old when I went in.
Wow, that's really tough.
Yeah. 2, almost 3. He turned 3 while I was in there.
Yeah. But now you have good relationship with him?
Oh, yeah. Even while I was in there, he would see me every other week at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
It's important that he knows his dad, you know.
Shout out his mother for that.
Yeah.
She was great during that time.
Yeah. Well, this has been a lot of fun.
Most definitely. It's an experience for me.
Yeah, and I'm glad I met you over at Brandon's next door. And
likewise.
What was it called?
Mass Wave Studios.
Mass Wave Studios. So Mass Wave Studios is right across the hall from One Broadway Collaborative. And anybody who wants to go check it out.
Or if you need some studio time, we're open 24 hours. We have the best engineers around. Come check us out, man. We out here.
That's great. And you want to shout out your social media and let people know where to find your stuff?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Everything is at Lord Nueve. That's LORDNUEVE on everything. On Twitter, on Instagram, everything. Lord Nueve. That's how you find the music, too.
You got a website or just
I actually
socials?
Just purchased a domain, lordnueve.com. But it's not up and running yet. It should be soon, within a week or two.
So people can find it then.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've been talking to Lord Nueve, and he came on to One Broadway Collaborative because he came here the other night and liked it. So keep an eye out on our website, onebroadway.org, because I have a feeling that Lord Nueve will be performing here at some point relatively soon.
Super soon.
Yeah. It's all right. All right. Well, that's it for this episode, and I hope you guys all enjoyed it and have a great week.